And now I would like to call on someone, I hate to make a bad pun, but somebody who has really got the goods on Saul, Murray Goodz, eminent architect.
Thank you, Gene. And thank you particularly for the warm-up act. I've been looking forward to this all week. It's not often one can lean into Saul without suffering the rebuttal. And by the way, I was told this was a roast. Okay, so here goes. Saul, if I may, I'd like to tell your friends here about a side of you that has too long remained in the shadows. You see, despite Saul's considerable status in the field, not many of you are aware of his rather illustrious literary accomplishments. Now, I'm not talking about the occasional letter to the editor that you may have spotted. I'm talking about a full-fledged literary career. Now, you're asking, what's this all about? That's okay. You can't be expected to keep up with all of Saul's accomplishments. But I, for one, could not let this evening of tribute pass without some modest reference to Saul's writing career, and it will give me considerable pleasure to read some of the reviews that have greeted Saul's voluminous submissions to newspapers, periodicals, textbooks, and popular literature over these many years. Now, it's only fair to start at the beginning. So from Saul's grade 3 classroom teacher, on Saul's composition entitled, "I Want It All," the following comment: "Such chutzpah, spelling needs improvement." Then from Saul's tutor in high school English, on an essay entitled "Getting It All," this note in red ink: "Spelling is abominable, but he sure can count." But enough of early Polachek. Let's examine some of Saul's profound literary efforts that have become part of our current modes of thought. Who amongst us can forget Saul's essay on logic and clarity in preparing construction contracts, called "Who Needs It?" This was quickly followed by his review of the contributions made by architects to the planning and design of North American cities, entitled "Who Needs Them?" And then, to complete the trilogy, there was his tribute to government at all levels and to their efforts in producing a business environment in which the construction industry might prosper and grow, simply titled "Sollen sie alle sterben?" But no other publication has received the applause of the critics as has Saul's construction handbook. And to give you some idea of the subtlety and nuance of that document, I would have you consider just some of the chapter headings. 1. The art and style of confusing the issue. 2. The myth of the credit change order. 3. The shared savings contract and getting it all. 4. Why an extra is always an extra, but a credit is a shared savings. 5. How to win an excavation and make them like it. And 6, last but not least, the computer as cover-up. By the way, I have it on good authority that NBC is considering a trial screenplay by Saul for a situation comedy called The Boys from McGill. Apparently, they've lined up Clint Eastwood to play Sandy and Lonnie Anderson as Linda, but Saul won't release copyright unless they get Sylvester Stallone for his part. Now, I don't want you to think that Saul limits himself to construction-related subjects. Only last week, he showed me the galleys of a recent project, the tentative name of which is Saul's Diet Cookbook. It worked for me again and again. And finally, there was the culmination this winter of many of Saul's ambitions, embodied in the title, "I've Got It All, You Can't Have Any." And autographed gift copies of this book are now available to most of Magel's subcontractors in lieu of final payment. Now, if this report has served to examine yet another side of Saul's multifaceted personality, I am grateful. Thank you.